Next, we head to Tasmania, where record-breaking sailor Dee Caffari is about to embark on her next race, a 600-kilometre journey over land.
This month will see the Australian island of Tasmania overrun by adventure racers, taking part in the Mark Webber Challenge. Yachtswoman Dee Caffari leads the all-female team Spinboks.
The adventure race actually starts in Launceston and heads down to Hobart, and along the way we'll be doing the disciplines of mountain biking, some kayaking and also some trekking. There's no denying it's going to be tough. I mean, just to do between 10 and 14 hours a day for 6 days in a row, we're going to need all our strengths of character to keep going to the end.
Caffari is training her team on the other side of the world in England. 4 women with different skills that should serve them well.
Team Spinboks, we've got myself, Dee Caffari, and my background's from sailing. Helen Reeves, her background is in kayaking. Victoria Wentworth, who was a major in the army, and Rachel Cadman, who is a triathlete.
The skipper's last adventure was most definitely a solo event. This time last year she was about to set off around the world aboard the 72-foot yacht Aviva, attempting to become the first woman ever to sail solo around the world westabout, that is, against the prevailing winds.
Well, I had 8 weeks preparation for the Aviva Challenge, and I set off, and the day the shore crew got off the boat at Plymouth and I headed towards the start line was actually the first time I'd actually sailed single-handed in my life before. The weather was horrendous. I've never been in storms as bad as that. But I also had to climb the mast on one occasion, and I got stuck halfway up the mast and kind of had a bit of a ragdoll impression. And I'm actually quite scared of heights, but it's one of those things you have to overcome and deal with. I was swinging around the mast for over an hour and a half before I could actually get myself back down to deck level and sort the problems out. And I lost a lot of confidence with that, and it was something that I had to build up gradually again. And I would be honest and say I saw a strength of character in myself that I wasn't aware I had before.
After a grueling 178 days at sea, she finally returned home in triumph.
It's awesome to have finished and achieved what we've done. Mixture of excitement and nerves and emotions flowing through me. And likely to burst into tears. It's so good to see people after such a long time. I'm really excited.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Dee Caffari.
The 33-year-old received a hero's welcome in Southampton and was lauded by solo sailing's own royalty.
I think what Dee's done has been and is extraordinary. I mean, she's been out there for a massive amount of time. She's going against the winds, which is not going to be pleasant at the best of times. And I think it's just a very, very long time to be at sea. It's hard. It's really hard. I think it's incredible.
To try and put it in context, you've got 5 people, Dee with the 6th, who've sailed around the world against the prevailing winds and currents, whereas there are literally hundreds single-handed sail around the world the normal route. Literally hundreds.
Caffari's achievement was extraordinary, but she was immediately on the lookout for another adventure. And having spent so long at sea, an unexpected offer from Formula One driver Mark Webber came at the perfect time.
Mark Webber's team actually contacted me to see if I was interested in leading an all-female team in his adventure race. So I jumped at the opportunity, a really alien environment, but an opportunity where I could still get to push my limits and push the boundaries.
With kayaking a key discipline in the Pure Tasmania Challenge, Caffari decided to recruit a specialist paddler onto her team, Athens Olympic medalist Helen Reeves.
At the time, I sort of vaguely heard about Dee and the fact that she's obviously sailed around the world on her own, which was impressive. But I actually met her when she was doing a talk at a sort of networking evening.
We were just chatting and I said, oh, you know, what are your plans for November? And kind of tentatively asked.
She said, oh, do you want to come to Tasmania and do this challenge? And I was like, absolutely. And I was just, from then on, yeah, we just had a good chat and got on really well.
6 days is a long time to spend with someone on an endurance event, and you need to know that you can have fun along the way as well.
As well as putting in many hours of training, the team have been taking part in a number of build-up events, even against Mark Webber himself.
We've all taken part in these endurance races, and we've done the running and the biking, which we kind of get through, and we've all improved. But Helen and I were definitely more at home back out on the water, and as soon as we got in our kayaks, felt much more comfortable, and we were quite happy and actually made up some quite good places in that time.
Because we're in double canoes, I'll be able to help propel one canoe, and so hopefully somebody else is going to be good and propel the other one.
Caffari has already proved her own unbreakable spirit on the high seas. The challenge this time will be to lead a team on land, and for her this is uncharted territory.
The teamwork element is very different. I had to deal with myself, and I only had to worry about myself. And this time there's a team of 4, and you're as strong as your weakest player. So it's a case of endurance and having that experience and getting it through to the end and finishing in good spirits how we started. That's what I'd really love to do.
After the break, Tunisia versus Croatia in the finals of the Handball World Cup. And race 7 of 10 in NASCAR's Nextel Cup chase race.